Hey, what's going on? It's Doug Cunnington here, and this is an update for the aged site case study. If you are brand new to, this series or even the channel in general, I encourage you to check out some of the earlier videos on this aged site case study. People are very interested, and I thought it was a good idea just in general, but I am shocked at the number of people who have sent me emails just asking questions, saying they're interested in doing something like this. So that's awesome. It means I'm on the right track and that I'm doing something interesting. And if you have questions about what I'm doing or why I'm doing it, whatever, ask in the comments. I may not be able to reply to all of them, but I do read them all and I put them on the list. So in this video, I'm just gonna give you a couple quick updates. So it's gonna start with a few things that I've done right away as I've started working on the site and as I got it into my possession, and then a little bit of a baseline just to explain a couple things that I want to make clear. Now, first thing is around that context and making things clear. What is the point of this project? Well, basically I wanted to buy a site and generally outsource everything. Now, I know that, typically I don't do that. That's why I wanted to try it, because I don't do that. I usually would start a site from scratch, and that's just kind of the way I do things. That's the way I teach students and all that stuff. But you will see in some of the upcoming videos and some of the content that I share, this is going to be expensive, all right? So you gotta have a budget to do what I'm doing. Now, I'm gonna give you some tips along the way. You don't have to do everything that I do. For example, maybe you have an existing site already and it's an age site. It's ranking for some things. Maybe you don't need to buy a site. Maybe you can just use the one that you have. So I think there's gonna be value even if you're not following along and doing everything. So keep that in mind. And again, people out there that don't have a big budget, you're probably thinking, Doug, F you. I don't have a budget to spend, $10,000 or $15,000 over the course of a year. I just can't afford it. I'm sorry. There's tons of other videos out there that address your situation. So go check those out. I think you'll still be able to get value from watching this series and understanding the decisions that I make at certain times and that sort of thing. Let me get off my soapbox for a second here. Sorry about that little rant. But basically, if you don't have much of a budget, that is okay. I understand. A lot of people do not have a budget. I happen to be in a position where I have a budget to spend money on different services. So I will let you know a couple of the things that I am either going to do today, about a week after I've taken possession of the site, or that I've already done. So number one, within a day or two, I think the first business day that I was up and running, I went to my good friends at the HOTH and I ordered one guest post backlink. And I think I selected the I think it was 5,000 organic visitors per month. That was the guest post that I selected. Within about 3 days, that was delivered. You may be wondering where I had the link point to the homepage. So I wanted the link to go to the homepage with the branded anchor text. So I'm not going to be revealing the site in this case study at any point in time. I'll talk about that in a future video, but I'm not going to be revealing it. So for example, if you don't know what I'm talking about, the link is going to, this is an example by the way, nichesiteproject.com. That's where the link would point to the homepage, and then the anchor text would be niche site project. So it builds brandability, and I believe that that's a good idea to do for a site that's going to be up and running. Now, the very cool thing, and I'll put a screenshot for this, rankings went up within just a couple days. Now, I can't say it's 100% attributed to that link, but I didn't do anything else. So I think it's probably a good sign. So the HOTH delivers pretty quickly, especially if you're just getting one guest post. If you have a big, big set of guest posts or something like that. It may take a little while before all of them are delivered, but generally they're able to do one guest post like pretty darn quick. I've tested this a few times. I've ordered, I think, like 4 or 5 single posts as I was testing, preparing for this case study. And usually it was like within a week, sometimes like 10 days or so. So pretty quick if you just get like the one hitters. Next thing I want to mention is just some of the logistics, not logistics, but some of the content on the site. So when I got the site, there was no information on the about page. So I need to, actually I haven't done it yet, but I need to add some information on the about page. If you want to check out a great example, you can go to WP Eagle's public case study, which I think it is bestroofbox.com. I did a teardown, so just go to WP Eagle and you can see me tear down the about page. That's a really well done about page, so I'm probably going to follow suit and follow that general format. So go take a look at that if you haven't watched that video. WP Eagle, Alex Cooper. The other thing that I want to do, the contact page has like a contact form on there. I don't believe I want to have that because there's just like an extra plugin, a contact form on there. And instead, I'm on the about page, I will probably just put an email address so people could contact if they need to. But I really don't want to have like unnecessary plugins, especially like ones that could introduce potentially a security like issue in the future, which the more plugins you have, the more like issues you potentially have through that. So just through security and vulnerabilities and stuff like that. The last thing I'm going to mention in this video is blog commenting. So I did get a guest post from the HOTH. Cheers, as I mentioned. But I'm also doing blog commenting. I believe that's a good way to just network and meet people in the niche, that sort of thing. Additionally, you can get some links going to your site in that way. So I'm working with a company called OK Relax, and I've been, again, testing them for about 3 months. So my VA is trained. And by the way, I'm an affiliate for OK Relax. If you sign up through my affiliate link, then I get a commission. But what I'll do, if you send me your proof, the confirmation that you have actually enrolled, and I can verify it on my end as well, I will share my procedures that I give to my VA to do the blog commenting. Now, I will have a video coming out very soon on this blog commenting exercise, so you could do it on your own, but for me, personally, blog commenting is super boring and it takes a long time, and I don't want to do it. And if you can hire someone to do things that you don't want to do, you're a happier person. So I'm a happier person because I'm not doing this blog commenting, and it's proven to be quite effective. I will share that in the video whenever I publish it, where I show like, hey, I wasn't doing anything on this site. I started doing these blog commenting backlinks from OK Relax. That's the only thing that I've done, and traffic is going up. Sales are going up. It's been fantastic. So I'm sold on it working, and I got my VA working on this new site in the last few days. So it'll take a little while for that to kick in, I believe, but over time it will improve, I think, the rankings and just like more referring domains pointing from different IP addresses to the site. So that is all for today. And if you have questions about what I'm doing or why I'm doing it, whatever, ask in the comments. I may not be able to reply to all of them, but I do read them all and I put them on the list. And it turns out, like I said, people are super interested. So I'm going to be talking about the budget soon. If you have follow-up questions on the budget stuff, like just put them in the comments. I'm going to be talking about like the more details on the link building plan, more details on the vendors that I'm using, more details on like the content and how I'm approaching everything. So, I mean, I'm going real deep. And I encourage you to check it all out. Let me know what you want to see. I'll be sharing quite a bit, just not the domain name. So thanks a lot. If you're new to the channel, have a look at some of the other videos. And if you like it, please subscribe. And we'll catch you on the next update.